Hello, the Carry-On team is here, and they are agog before they start speaking to themselves.
Oh, darling.
Oh, boy, they're going to take exception to everything I say.
Yeah.
But they are agog, because before they say anything, she said, hinting, Giles has got his post back for us.
Yes, indeed, exactly, before the carry-ons, and they'll be carrying me off. Good morning, Britain.
Formal bit first. The Carry-On team, as many of you will now know, plan to actually stage a big screen comeback this autumn in a new £2 million film called Carry On Texas, JR, you've been warned. And in an effort to capture... Thank you, Alan. Our music is on the sheet this week. No insult intended. And in an effort to capture a new audience, 13 of the Carry On farces have just been released on video. That's great news, isn't it? Now, yesterday, to celebrate the video launch, there was a real nostalgic champagne reception in Barbara Windsor's restaurant in Buckinghamshire. And our reporter, Moya Doherty, was there.
It was a gathering for friends and fools who've cavorted on many a Carry-On movie set for decades. It's 10 years since they tittered their way through the final film. From the first, Carry-On Sergeant, in 1958, came 2 decades of farces. Their plots gradually disappearing under a weight of cheeky one-liners and slapstick humour. With their tongue-in-cheek comedy verging on the vulgarity, they got as near to the knuckle as they dared.
Aren't you enjoying your soup, then?
Delightful. Terrible noise.
Yes, it's shocking, isn't it? It's not a first-class orchestra. Mind you, doing it better.
We are a family picture. We aim to a family audience. If you like, we're a sort of British Disney, with a little laboratory humour thrown in.
Waiting for a number 7 bus.
No.
I'm Nurse May. I was told to report here, sister.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Hi.
I tell you what, there's no shame in saying it. It really is funny. Damn all those clever clogs critics who try to be snide about it. Well, as you probably gathered, we've been joined by the spy and cop here, Barbara, alias Barbara Windsor, Terry Scott, Bernard Bresslaw, and Jack Douglas. It must have been great for all of you to meet up again yesterday as well.
Yeah, but you were talking earlier about the stars who are dead, right? We were nudging each other, weren't we?
Yeah.
You see, because it is true. They're not coming... We haven't got stars coming on like we used to have, and Sid was the leader, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's there.
When you say that, I mean, Sid was the strand right through, wasn't he? Well, in what way was he the leader, too?
Somebody else tell him.
Yeah. Well, he was the link. I think in everything you did, it evolved round Sid.
Yeah.
We bounced off Sid. If you like Flanagan and Allen, with Chesney Allen, he bounced off him. Every straight man was the same. And while Sid was also a comic, he was the king of straight men.
Yeah.
Because whatever we did, it eventually had to come back to Sid. And Sid was gave you the magic so that he made your jokes even funnier by the way he treated them, accepted them, and then bounced them back to you again.
And we didn't mind when he always won at poker.
Yes, they used to have a school. It was lovely in some of the outfits. Well, you was a monk, wasn't you?
That's right.
And you did your scene, and then you go and get to the poker school.
When I was playing Cardinal Wolsey.
Oh, yeah.
I was playing...
I got a full house once in suspenders and stockings.
There's no answer to that. I'm not replying to that one.
You must have all thought about this over the years. They weren't the funniest rudes, they weren't films, they weren't the rudest, certainly weren't the most violent, but there was something about them.
Well, I'm sure, I think Bob will agree, if you look for the success of anything, where do you look? Where do you look?
Well, you look...
to the top. Okay? So you've got a marvellous director.
He's the same man who directed all
Yes,
of them?
Yeah, a marvellous director. A very wealthy, very successful, very...
They're from the Thomas,
and you've got
Ralph
Sid.
Thomas, all those ones,
So you've got 3 tops
We had a wonderful writer, Tony Rothwell, and the day he stopped writing them, they were the most
they
successful
weren't the
ones, the
same.
last
But we
three.
also had some marvellous technicians. That scene, the scene in Heading Up the Khyber, everything collapsing about them, which I think is a wonderful scene.
Yeah,
It's beautifully shot, that film. It was shot in Snowdonia, and it really was beautiful. I met
No, that wasn't shot in
It was
not
that scene, but all the exteriors were shot in. And I met a waiter in an Indian restaurant in Newcastle, whose name, believe it or not, was Muhammad Ali. And he said to me, he loved to carry on up the Khyber. And he said, tell me, he said, did you like my country? So he thought we'd made it there, and of course we'd made it in Snowdonia.
What was the desert?
That was Canberra Sand.
Canberra
wasn't it? Yeah. That's when they
The one word you haven't said, though, when Mike asked you what was the sort of secret, it must be teamwork, surely. I mean, you're such a good team still, aren't you? I mean, look at the way you're all fitting in.
Oh, yeah. Well,
can I just say something here? That what I find fascinating, if you've got 4 people all together, it's generally a calorie charge. Everybody trying to get in. I think with the carry-ons, as one of the new boys, what I loved was the fact that if you were doing something, everybody would stand still and wait. And then when you'd finished, they would come in.
There was no
See,
ego.
like that. Barbara didn't interrupt you.
Sorry, guys.
No, she didn't interrupt you. Wait.
no ego at all.
I worked with a lot of
16
comics,
you
it
can't...
would be very heavy, but never on the carry-on set. No round.
But for all